What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with an unboxing video of the whatnot variety as well as the Amazon variety. So if you want to see what I picked up today, stay tuned for the video. Now, before we get into all of this comic-related goodness, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel members, people that are supporting the channel through their monthly membership or ships, whether on YouTube and or Patreon. So if you are interested in joining one of those membership, one or both of those membership groups, the Linktree link is in the description below, and also on that Linktree link is every other platform that we're on, Instagram as well as whatnot. So go check us out, give us a follow over there. And this didn't cost you anything. It actually might save you some money. So if you're in need of some comic protection supplies, whether it's comics, cards, vinyl records, etc., you can visit bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG to save yourself 10% on your order at checkout. There's also a link in the description of this video. Now, got a whatnot package from the Mellow Fellow. If you've ever been on any of his auctions, you know why he is called the Mellow Fellow, because his voice is very mellow. But anyway, picked up some foreign comics there. I actually think I picked up something because one of the new features and whatnot is that you can, if the person goes in there, which I don't do this, but if the person goes in there and says, okay, this is an Amazing Spider-Man 363 as an example, alert me when this particular book comes up. That way you can go do whatever you're going to do, maybe jump in another stream somewhere, and then your phone gets an alert when that particular auction is activated. I guess I should do something like that, but I don't. Well, he had done that, and so I got alerted, and you know, you're on a limited timer on whatnot, and I jumped in. And the thing with these foreign comics, if they're not already in there, I get lazy with my CLZ app. So I think I actually already have this, but you know, that's fine. If I do, then I will sell it somewhere else. It's not a big deal. But as I was already getting this other book right here, which says Batman 49. This is a cool Joker cover, Wildcat facing off against the Batman in a boxing match. This is actually a Brave and the Bold cover. Had to do a little research to find the cover after I had actually bought this book, but went ahead and bought this one anyway because it was a pretty cool cover. This, I believe, is a Brazilian version, and feel free to let me know in the description below. But this is Batman 227 cover homage, which actually is a cover swipe from an earlier Detective Comics that's like way out of anybody's reach. But those are the two pickups that I got from him on his Whatnot auction the other night. Now, this is it's something I promised myself I wasn't going to do. However, I have been evaluating oh my goodness, this thing is huge. I'm not going to use the joke. You can do the joke in the comments below if you want to. Oh my goodness. Ugh. This is awesome. So, I had told myself that I was not going to, that I was going to cut down on my toy buying. Just evaluating space, evaluating why you collect, what you collect, and all the other kind of stuff. And I'm sure that all of us have done it one or multiple times while we've been collecting. You know, you've got X number of dollars, whether it's a budget thing, whether it's a space thing, all of the above. Why are you collecting? Your collecting habits change, et cetera, et cetera. And so I was like, you know, do I really want all these toys? Just to look real cool and take a few pictures. guess you could make that same argument on some comics, but then on the comics you can justify your collection or spending by saying that at least holds value. It might or might not, might go up, it might go down, and you're only really reading it one time. So, I mean, you can make the same argument there. Toys do have some value, especially if you leave them in the box. I don't thank you, Justin Birch, for teaching me not to let my toys be cramped up in boxes. But when I saw this figure, I wanted to buy it, and I've been buying my figures from GameStop. However, GameStop has been getting later and later. Let me know in the comments below if you have or continue to buy your figures from GameStop. I did typically because there's so many of them around in the different cities that I go in. The one here in my local town is very nice, very accommodating, has pulled stuff off, knowing that I wanted it. Went ahead and pulled it off without me asking, so I do appreciate that. But they have been getting later and later about getting my stuff. I've still not gotten the 3 Jokers, and I've seen multiple people, and I've actually seen some of the figures at various Walmarts and or Targets in the places that I've gone and just not picked them up. And I'm like, how long is it going to take to get this figure right here? This is a massive figure. This figure, I think, is going to be bigger than the Dark Side figure. It is a Mcfarlane figure. Which was another reason why I hesitated on buying it initially, because I was worried that there might be some quality problems, because I've seen a lot of the people with the Batman Year 2 having the problem with the arm. My Batman Last Night on Earth did drop. It did fall, and the arm broke in the same spot that one is easily broken off at. When I say dropped, it dropped 6 foot, and so it's not like glass, it's plastic. But you know, I don't know, but this figure was like super cool. I didn't realize it was this large. I knew it was larger than the average figure, but this is the Swamp Thing, and you can see the massive box. I mean, the box is thicker than what the Steppenwolf and Darkseid boxes were. I mean, the figure is massive, massive. And I think there was a GameStop exclusive. Again, if you're familiar with this, let me know in the comments below. But I think the GameStop exclusive had like the horned head. And I could take or leave that, especially if it's taking forever. So I went on Amazon and picked this up and was able to use my Hilton Honors points where I go stay out of town for work or whatever. It is tied straight to my Amazon account, and that way I don't have to remember to buy gift cards or might or might not use it for future stays. And I used it to buy this, and essentially all I had to pay was the tax. I'm a Prime member, so it's free shipping. So I ordered this and shipped, and I got it in the 2-day turnaround. And this thing is massive. I didn't know an awful lot. Sorry about that. Let me just hit this mute button so you don't have to endure this. All right. So this is a massive figure, as you can see right here. Just to kind of put in perspective, I'm fixing to show. And the detail on this thing is just crazy, because I had a Swamp Thing figure back in the day. Obviously, if you're a He-Man collector like I was when I was growing up, it reminds you of Moss Man. I love the smell of Moss Man. Doesn't smell as good as Moss Man did, but it smells pretty good. But you remember the cartoon, you remember the cheesy 80s movies. Of course, if you're, I got the giant Swamp Thing books and read through all the Alan Moore stuff, which is the quintessential Swamp Thing run, right? But yeah, that's how I was introduced to Swamp Thing, and it was super dope. Let me show you the Red Hood Mcfarlane action figure, which is the typical size of those McFarlane figures, and the difference there. Um, yeah, I know if you're looking like it, I'm thinking like in the comic wise, you think about Swamp Thing being taller, yeah, than said other characters, but not necessarily this tall. So he's got this little like armament or something. Instead of his hand, it would be that. I'm scared after seeing all those Batman Year 2 pictures from moving them too much. So yes, pretty dope. So I'm gonna have to take some pictures with him out in the green, similar to the way I did with the Wendigo back when it snowed. Let's see if this. I'm wondering because that hand doesn't look like it comes off. It don't. It doesn't look like it does. It probably does. But I don't know. Some of the extra appendages I could do without, but they're cool nevertheless, I guess. But yeah, so got the extra detail in the back. You got the little rose blooms and stuff up here. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Swamp Thing. Earth really needs you. So, all right. And it did come with what most McFarlane figures come with, which is the card, which I could take or leave. I do put them up. Sometimes they do it from a comic, or sometimes they take one of the figure. This one is of the figure. And it's interesting that it still lists him as Alec Holland. So this is Swamp Thing from DC Rebirth. So I guess that is Alec Holland there. Because the new Swamp Thing is not Alec Holland anymore. And if you read Alan Moore's, not to spoil anything, it's been out for a long time. But if you read Alan Moore's, is he really Alec Holland? But anyways, so probably say the one gripe, I didn't really have any problem with the Dark Side figure. He is stood up over there on my desk and hasn't fallen anywhere. But that Steppenwolf, I had to actually get a figure holder for, like, if you want to put the figure up in the air like they're flying. I had to actually do one of those and grab to his leg because his little ankles and his little hoof feet are too too wobbly. But Swamp Thing's feet are much bigger, wider. Probably not going to have that issue, but I'm still going to use that DC figure there, stand there to pose him up. So pretty dope, pretty dope. So tell me what you think. Or you might say, I don't collect toys. I collect comic books, funny books. Yeah, it just kind of spills over. Toy collectors, get a few comics, and pop collectors get a few comics, and comic people get a few toys. But nevertheless, pretty dope, especially if you're a Swamp Thing fan. I've been toying with the idea of getting a House of Secrets 92, even as I am making moves to sell a lot of my books, especially the bigger books, well, a lot of the smaller ones too, just trying to clean out room. Still, if I come across a good deal on a House of Secrets, might go ahead and snag that one up, because it's just one of those books that it's not going to go. If it goes down, it's not going to be just but a small dip, and it's a solid book. Been here and around for a while, but let me know what you think. Again, I do want to shout out the channel members. Most of these people are creators of their own through YouTube and or Instagram. So if you see a name up there that you do not recognize, go check them out. Give them a sub up. Give them a follow. As Discovery Bay likes to say, might find a new favorite channel. Obviously, other than this one, right? Also, if you need some supplies, visit bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG to save yourself 10% on your order. And until next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.